Mike Tyson, what he does is two-dimensional. He's going to come at you, trying to knock you out. Now, you got to try and stay away from him, stay away from his power. I seen him working out the other day, and he throws some good combinations. So those 6-punch combinations, he has to make sure, I'm talking Jake Paul, make sure that he's not in the way of those punches.
I think Jake Paul, shout out to Jake Paul, he's a great guy. He's very dedicated to the sport. So I think he knows what it takes to be Mike Tyson. But Mike Tyson's always Mike Tyson. Like you said, people don't have a plan until they get punched in the face. So
boxing experts are divided on the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight. While Tyson's strength and experience remain his main assets, his age could limit his endurance. Roy Jones Jr., who sparred with Tyson in 2020, believes his strength is still unparalleled, whereas younger fighters like Ryan Garcia think Jake Paul has an edge in stamina and may survive longer rounds.
What do you make of Jake Paul as a boxer?
He's a good little fighter. But he only has 10 fights. That's considered an amateur in our field.
A novice boxer, absolutely. And with that in mind, I mean, you are famous for saying that everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. What are you anticipating when you punch this young man in the mouth?
I see him running around, and I have to catch him.
Nice left hook. Up.
It was good for today. Yeah. I truly believe.
You sure?
Yeah, me
yes. Too. Sure?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. You sure? Yeah. With me, it's all right?
Let's do this.
you did great.
We're done.
You sure?
Yes.
Yeah.
Trust me.
I got a lot in me. It's work, boy. Just getting started.
If Jake Paul were to knock down Mike Tyson, the reaction could indeed be polarizing, impacting both his career and public perception. On the one hand, defeating a boxing legend, even at an advanced age, would add credibility to Paul's skill and determination, elevating his profile in the boxing world. It would signify that he's capable of competing with someone of Tyson's stature, and for many fans, it could underscore his seriousness about the sport. This win might expand his fan base and attract higher profile fights, as people might start viewing him as a more legitimate contender in boxing, rather than as just an internet celebrity.
I don't know how I feel about it. Is it going to be like the Roy Jones, like a glorified sparring match? I don't know what it does for Jake. Like, Jake, if you knock out the biggest legend in boxing of all time, do we think the hate goes up or down? So I don't get the upside for Jake in this.
Gene Kilroy, a close friend of Tyson, has expressed pride in how Tyson has readied himself for this fight, especially after decades away from competitive boxing. Kilroy's comments reflect the sheer dedication Tyson still has for the sport, showing that his training is not just a nostalgic return, but a serious commitment to his former world-class form.
Yeah, the strongest I've ever, and I know you since you're 13. I think this impressed the shit out of me. Nothing impresses me. I'm gonna tell you the truth, I don't lie. I was worried about him traveling here, traveling there, he's not getting... I can sleep now at night. This is great.
My mother died when I was 16. I wonder if she came back to life, would she know who I am?
What's that?
My mother died at 16. If she came back to life, I wonder if she recognized me.
Yeah, she would.
Yeah. Difference between wisdom and knowledge. Knowledge is knowing, wisdom is doing.
Yeah. Here's what I say. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow's a mystery. Now I tell people,
today is a gift.
Listen to me.
The present.
You can have kids. They can love you, but they can f*** up. But if they respect you, they don't f*** up. Respect is everything. I don't want people to love me, respect me. And I say people get jealous of you.
Joe Egan, a former sparring partner and close friend, shared stories that emphasized Tyson's unmatched power and speed, especially during his youth. Egan's reflections on Tyson's prime years serve as a reminder of the talent Tyson possessed, and hint that even at an older age, Tyson could bring significant danger to the ring.
But I was so relaxed. Next when I look into the ring, and Mike's pacing the ring and his shirt off. His body, his physique was incredible. His biceps, his chest, his neck. Incredible. I hadn't seen him stripped to the waist. Yeah. And I'm looking, I'm thinking, that's not the same 17-year-old boy I met yesterday. That's not the same 17-year-old boy I ran with this morning. That's not the same 17-year-old boy I sat next to on the minibus getting here. Yeah. Then Cuss pointed to one of the big men to get in. He was knocked spark out. I tell people, I say it all the time, I ruined a good pair of underpants at that moment in time. I shit myself. There's no way a 17-year-old should have that power. He knocked a couple more out. I got in, I got battered for 3 minutes, got out. A couple more, got in. Then I was back in again. I'd done 6 minutes with him that day. But the madness in me, George, because I do believe fighters have to have a little bit of madness in them. Because I took some serious punishment off that man over 2 years. He made me cry so many times. But psychologically, I believed if I could take Mike Tyson's punishment, I could take anybody's punishment. Because he was such a power puncher. He used to speak to my mum on the phone regular, oh, Mrs. Egan, chatting away, and she'd say to him, oh, Mike, thank you so much for looking after my son. But he was minding me as well. Even though he was battering me, he was minding me. I remember one time when Sugar Ray Leonard came to the gym. He came to the gym on 2 occasions while I was there. And Mike wanted to impress Ray Leonard because he was in awe of Sugar Ray Leonard, like a lot of fighters are.
Yeah.
And Mike savagely beat his sparring partners this day.
Tyson's bout against Roy Jones Jr. in 2020 gave fans a glimpse of his potential, even in retirement. Jones Jr. mentioned that Tyson's strength was unparalleled, noting how Tyson's punches still packed intense power despite their age difference. While this bout didn't involve full contact fighting, it served as a testament that Tyson's core strength and explosive power are intact.
I think what did you tell me? What happened when you did the exhibition? What did you feel about Tyson when you did the exhibition with Tyson?
Mike Tyson's still the strongest puncher that I ever been in the ring with, ever. At 55 at the time, now I think he's 57, about to be 58. He's still the strongest puncher I've ever been in the ring with. First time he hit me in my chest, I feel like a mule had kicked me in my chest. So if he hits anybody on the chin with a shot like that, they're going either out or they're going down, especially guys that are not used to being hit like that. You know what I'm saying? With the exception of people like Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, these guys are bigger and they can take it, but Jake Paul, I don't think he's gonna be able to take that. It might hit him on the chin like that. We'll see, but it's gonna be tough.
Do you think that Mike Tyson was going all out with you, or do you think that he was like a sparring session? I'm noticing hard.
I think he went all out to the body. I don't think they went. They told us we better not be out there trying to take each other's head off, or they're gonna stop. So you couldn't go all out to the head, but to the body you could. And to the body, he was throwing some vicious body shot.
Wow. So Jake, I just seen Jake yesterday, and he was 230 pounds. He looked kind of big. Yeah, he was 230, right? I was like, damn, you big. Really big.
That can make it interesting then.
So, and then he said that he feels as fast.
Joe Rogan, a longtime admirer of Tyson's career, described his physique as terrifying. Rogan noted Tyson's powerful build and intense training regimen.
That Jake Paul would survive against the Mike Tyson that beat Marvis Frazier. You ever watch that fight?
Yeah.
That's my favorite Mike Tyson fight, because that was Mike Tyson before he won the title. It was ABC Wide World of Sports, and Joe Frazier had been talking about Tyson, that if he was in his prime, he'd beat Tyson. And so he had his son fight Tyson, and it was an execution. It was an execution.
Is that the one in Atlantic City where it lasted one round?
One round. Let's watch it, because it's one of my favorite fights to watch Tyson, because it's Tyson in his prime where he was terrifying. He was so fast, and he would do angles, and he was bobbing and weaving. You couldn't hit him, and he was just coming at you. He was young. He was 20 years old at the time. He couldn't be stopped. No one had the solution. And I submit that Mike Tyson, the Mike Tyson that won the title against Trevor Berbick, the Mike Tyson that beat Larry Holmes, I think that Mike Tyson is the best heavyweight of all time. I don't think anybody fucks with him. It just, he didn't maintain that form, and he wound up losing to Buster Douglas. And I look at fighters when they're in their absolute prime, like what have you ever seen that was better than this? And with Mike Tyson, I've never seen anybody better. I've never seen any fighter, even Ali in his prime, even Ali when he was Cassius Clay. I never saw anybody who looked like Mike Tyson in his prime.
His confidence in Tyson's physical state gives some fans reason to believe that Tyson's conditioning might withstand the challenge, even against a younger opponent like Paul.
It just puts him away. It's an execution. It was just a matter of Mike Tyson closing the distance. This Mike Tyson, as fast as he was, as hard as he hits, I maintain he's the greatest.
Yeah.
The greatest heavyweight ever. Like that Mike Tyson, those fights were... You wanted to see executions. You didn't think anybody was going to beat him. Everybody he fought looked like they were about to die when they were in that ring.
The clash between Jake Paul, a YouTube star turned boxer, and Tyson has generated massive attention. The spectacle aspect, mixing Paul's social media popularity with Tyson's legendary status, has fans curious to see how each fighter will fare in the ring. It's a rare crossover that has both traditional boxing fans and newer audiences talking.
You know, I'm going to do my talk, and I'm going to talk my but I'm ready to fight.
Your tummy hurt? Your tummy hurt still?
I feel a lot better now.
I love Mike, I respect him, but we're not friends anymore. Until November 15th, I'm knocking this out, and we're gonna see who's dead. We will see who's dead. We will see who's dead, Mike. We will. They'll never give me credit. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. If I was walking on water, they would say it's because I couldn't swim.
I'm gonna you up. Come up.
I know all of these things. He has one punch knockout power. He's the greatest heavyweight of all time. On November 15th, all the haters wrong, all of these YouTuber hillbillies wrong.
Yeah, here we go.
Andrew Tate, a controversial internet personality and former kickboxer, voiced concerns over Tyson's age. He stated that it would feel disrespectful to fight Tyson, as Tyson's legacy and age difference place him in a distinct category. Tate's comments underscore the ethical debate surrounding pitting a younger fighter against a former champion well past his competitive prime.
Would you fight Mike Tyson? Again, no, because he's now old. And I would be an absolutely tragic shame to knock out an old version of his prime self. That doesn't feel fair, you know? Prime Tyson would have ripped me apart in a boxing match. It's his rule set, and he was Mike Tyson. He would have beaten me, so to beat him when he's past his prime just feels dishonorable, and I'd feel dirty for doing that. So there's no amount of money on the planet that could convince me to fight.
Tyson's training clips have been widely shared online, showing him in action with impressive speed and agility. These videos have fueled fans' excitement and confidence in Tyson's form, though some still question if his fitness can hold up over an entire match. His drills emphasize footwork, power, and agility, traits that could make him unpredictable in the ring, even at his age.
Yes, sir. That's the one.
Former heavyweight champion Shannon Briggs has praised Tyson's unwavering dedication. Briggs's admiration for Tyson's tenacity serves as a reminder that Tyson's preparation is not merely for show. His work ethic and legacy as a disciplined fighter are strong motivations as he faces Paul.
There's got to be one thing that really separates him from the pack as boxers, not from fans.
I mean, just speed for us. If somebody's so fast that when you go to punch and they beat you to the punch, or it's dangerous. And he was just ferocious. I think a lot of times too, the fear factor of going into a fight with a guy like that, nobody has seen a guy like that to that point. Here he not really fighting left-handed. He going both ways. You know what I'm saying? He was squaring up. He was doing things that you really it's hard to train for. So he was just so dangerous.
Young boxing star Ryan Garcia, recognizing the entertainment value of the fight, called it awesome, but expressed concern over the unpredictability of the outcome. Garcia's mixed feelings echo many fans' concerns. While the event could be spectacular, Tyson's advanced age and Paul's unconventional fighting style add risk.
I like Jake. That's it.
You think he's doing a good job?
Yes.
What do you think about the Tyson fight that he just announced?
That's awesome. Fuck yeah, dude. Try to fight Tyson. If he knocks you out, but at least you fought Tyson. That's cool.
At this point, I think Tyson's 58, right?
Well, that's not okay. He's like 60 years old. But
how much of his power do you think he lost? Do you think it's still Mike Tyson?
I think that's the last thing to go.
Many boxing analysts suggest that Jake Paul faces a high reputational risk in fighting Tyson. While Paul has built his career by taking on high-profile bouts with personalities from other sports, fighting Tyson, regardless of the outcome, poses potential career pitfalls. Losing to Tyson, despite the age gap, could negatively impact Paul's credibility as a boxer.
Jake Paul is going to lose this fight even if he wins. And this fight might somehow be the worst decision of his career. Now, there's a lot of people that already think Jake Paul fixes his fights. Even Rampage Jackson says he doesn't think the knockouts look legit. Fans also claim it. Patty Pimblett, I don't know who the hell that is, but they said it as well. Basically, everyone's sentiment is if Jake Paul wins, he fixed the fight. Now, Jake has already been criticized a lot because he fights people who are UFC fighters instead of boxers. He brings people out of retirement. And honestly, just personally, when I watched the Floyd Mayweather fight, I felt like Floyd took it easy on him, and I've never felt that way watching any of his fights. Mayweather didn't even hold back against his own wife. The reason that Jake Paul's going to lose either way is because if he loses, obviously he lost, but if he wins, everyone's going to think this was fixed. I mean, I'm not just a Mike Tyson fan. I don't like Mike Tyson. But there's no denying that the man is an absolute beast and one of the best boxers of all time. And this just got sanctioned, and word on is that Jake criticized Mike's daughter who passed away. So Mike is the preferred choice. He also has the anger of Jake talking about this. He also says he wants to punish him for what he's done to boxing. And this is going to count on his fight record. I think he's going to absolutely go to town on him. And if Tyson doesn't beat him, then it will seem like it's fake. And I think another big reason people are wondering if this is real is because Logan's doing WWF right now. But honestly, if Jake Paul wins, I do personally think the thing was rigged.
Experts have cautioned that underestimating Tyson would be a grave error. Though his age might suggest he's past his peak, Tyson's skill set and aggression remain significant. Some argue that Tyson could use his mental and technical edge to counterbalance Paul's youth and stamina.
Because we all know how much of a beast Tyson is still at this age, but I don't see him winning this fight. Not because I don't think Tyson's capable, because obviously I know he is, but I don't think Jake Paul is dumb enough to sign up for a fight where the rules and the odds are against him. Like, it doesn't make sense. And as much as I hate to say it, man, Jake works hard and he looks good. And another thing, if I'm being honest, man, my heart can't take seeing another legend get dropped, bro. I just can't take it. Now, this feels like a movie plot, but I can't put my finger on it. Who you got winning this fight, man?
Despite Tyson's natural talent and training, analysts recognize the unpredictability that age brings. Tyson's age, 58, poses a risk, and no matter his past conditioning, stamina, and recovery are expected to play a major role.
Okay, so the news is out that Jake Paul is going to fight Mike Tyson. Now, for you young people out there who have never actually watched a Mike Tyson fight, I invite you to go onto YouTube and watch some of his fights. Mike Tyson is the hardest hitting puncher that I ever saw. Now, you guys are used to UFC. You're not used to watching boxing, but Tyson would destroy people in like seconds. You've never seen somebody hit so hard. And this guy is a poser. And I don't care if Tyson's in his 50s, he is going to destroy him. And it is not even going to be close. He should definitely think twice about doing this fight, because unless Tyson's just agreed to throw the fight, this is going to be so ugly that he may never fight again, and he may need a full set of teeth because he may not have any after this fight. But I'm going to be watching it on Netflix for sure, so we'll see what happens.
These factors may limit his performance in a match that could stretch to multiple rounds.
All right, so Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson has officially been ruled as a professionally sanctioned bout, meaning this will not be an exhibition match, and this match will be recorded on both of these fighters' pro records. There were many speculations that the Texas Athletic Commission would not sanction this fight as a pro fight because of Tyson's age and just the other factors including, but they have decided to sanction this fight, and this will count on their pro records. So here are the rules that we know of the fight. The result will be, again, as I said, will be on their official records. Knockouts are permitted. The fight will consist of 8 2-minute rounds. And then fighters will wear 14-ounce gloves, but there will be no headgear. So, 2 minutes just because of Tyson's age. I mean, let's be honest, he's not going to be able to go past 3 or 4 minutes each round. I mean, he just can't. He's 58. Like, let's be honest here. But yeah, the whole narrative before this was, oh, it's just going to be another exhibition, just like Roy Jones Jr. Tyson's going to go in there, he's going to go play with him, and that's how it's going to end. It's going to end, it's an exhibition, so it'll just end as a draw or whatever. But this is not a draw, meaning Mike Tyson, if he does lose this fight, this will count on his record, and I don't think he wants a loss to Jake Paul on his record. What do you guys think about this, though? It's going to be a crazy fight.
One striking aspect of this sanctioned bout is that it will not involve headgear. This decision intensifies the potential for injury and might advantage Paul due to his youth and recent activity in the ring. Tyson, having trained without headgear in his youth, will likely approach this as a crucial contest, raising the stakes for both fighters.
Okay, more boxing. Here's some big news, something me and my followers were talking with in my TikTok lives. Boxing news. No headgear confirmed for Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. The forthcoming clash between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson in Texas on July 20th will not include headgear. there it is. There's been speculation. We've been talking about it, but there will be no headgear for this fight. You know how we're going back and forth, like why would Jake Paul need headgear when Mike Tyson's 57 years old, blah, blah, blah. Well, here we go. We haven't confirmed. No headgear. My question to y'all is, can a 57-year-old Mike Tyson beat a younger Jake Paul? I think that's the question on all of our minds. We know Mike Tyson, the classic kid out of the 1980s. His nickname, Kid Dynamite, for all the knockouts Mike Tyson has. And it's clear Mike Tyson still has power, but how long can he keep that power up, and how much energy does he have left? So for my followers, I want to know, what do you think will be the outcome of this fight? Who do you think is going to win? And do you think Mike Tyson has enough in the tank, even though he looks intimidating? Because Mike Tyson still looks scary, bro. I wouldn't want to fight Mike Tyson, but do you think he still has what it takes to take this guy out? Jake Paul, let me know in the comments.
Joe Rogan, who follows Tyson's career closely, believes Tyson is focused and well-prepared, seeing the age gap not as a hindrance but as a testament to Tyson's resilience. Rogan's confidence in Tyson's physical and mental readiness highlights how determined Tyson is to make this a memorable bout, regardless of his opponent's youth.
What's your take on this Tyson thing?
I don't generally like the idea of 58-year-old men fighting. Your reflex is going to be slower, you can't take shots as much, and then you see him hit the pads, and you go, Jesus Christ, man. I mean, this is still terrifying. He still has the ability to deliver those punches, and if any one of those hits anybody, they're There's a video of Tyson hitting the bag as a 19-year-old, and he's throwing these combinations like... And he's 210 pounds. It's insane to watch. He was so fast. And that was a big factor in his success. He does not have that kind of speed anymore, but he's still fast. He's not slow.
Jake Paul has shared that he felt Tyson's punches firsthand and described them as feeling like a mule kick. Paul's acknowledgement of Tyson's power shows his awareness of Tyson's strengths, though it also suggests that Paul is ready to face whatever Tyson throws.
Yo, when you see Mike Tyson hitting them pads, you get a little nervous?
Yeah.
Bro was running at lightning speed today.
He definitely is looking like a animal. I will say people are underestimating me though, because when I go to his comments, they're just saying like if Mike loses, then fighting is rigged, because they see how good he looks on the mitts. I can see it watching from the sides when you have fought everyone else, where they all go, holy shit, this YouTuber hits much harder than I thought he did. And you can see it change in their eyes. I'm not sure Mike will have that moment. Contrary to your belief, I think Mike is not underestimating you.
In a recent interview with Joe Rogan, Tyson opened up about his DMT experience, which renewed his motivation for training and boxing. The experience, he shared, reminded him of his purpose and reignited his passion for life and fighting. For Tyson, this fight isn't just a comeback, it's a continuation of a journey he believes he's still on.
Because you talked to me on the podcast before, the first time you came on and you said, I can't even work out. Because if I work out, my ego will get excited.
But I did this toad, and this toad, I said, you gotta do it. It said, you have to do it.
The toad told you.
You have to
The
do
DMT
it.
told
Yes,
you time to fight.
You have to do it.
Wow.
I lost the weight. And it started off with me at first fighting Bob Sapp at first.
That's right. The K1 event. I was there for that. I was there live.
No, but man, I was going to fight.
Yeah,
that was going to be the first fight.
You got in the ring with him, you said Marcus of Queensberry rules.
Yes, but listen, the fight I fought with Roy Jones was supposed to be with Bob Sapp.
Oh, really? Oh, no kidding.
Hell yeah. I wouldn't have to chase this guy all around. So next thing you know, Roy Jones got involved, and other fighters, Holyfield got involved, and then it turned into a fiasco. And then the young guy, Jake Paul, he got involved then, and that's how the birth of Jake Paul began.
When you get challenged by someone who's a guy like a Jake Paul, does that piss you off? Is it part of it that's just like
No, it doesn't. I think it's awesome.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.